Hello, this is Jonathan. I'd like to give you a little detail about what to expect on day one and day two of our very first Service Autopilot conference. That way you can make a decision if this is the right fit for you. So before I do that, I want to convey that we are putting a tremendous amount of thought and effort into this event. I've been to a lot of different workshops and seminars and events, and some have been good, some not so good. And the other thing I've observed in myself, and I would describe myself as a very busy person, is that it's really easy to go to a conference and get a lot of really great ideas and have very good intentions and then come home and not implement any of the information, any of the ideas that you've learned. And I don't want that to be the case for you. I sincerely want you to come to this, get all of your money back that you spend to spend a couple days with us and that you spend on travel, get all of that money back, plus I'll make a whole lot more money. To me, that's a successful event. If you come just to hang out with us and this is an expense to your business and not a revenue producing activity, and it's more than just motivating for you, if it's not that, then I feel like we've under-delivered and you've approached this incorrectly. So my hope for you is that you will come and that you will not focus on maybe getting 20 great ideas. Yeah, you'll hear 20 ideas or more, and you'll make notes of them, but you'll really find the 3 incredible ideas, the exciting ideas, and you'll take those ideas home and you'll implement them. And if you do that, if you go home with just a few fantastic ideas and you actually implement those ideas in your business, they will have a tremendous impact on what 2015 looks like for you. And that's my hope for you. And if you feel like you can come here, pay attention, and take home a few ideas and find the time to implement them, then I think you should come. If you don't think that you'll be able to have any time to implement any of the ideas, then this really isn't for you. I'd rather not have your money than have you show up and really get no value out of this. And so, if you can make this event impactful for your business, you really need to be here. So what does this look like? Well, on day one, we are going to spend the day on Service Autopilot. And one of the topics, it may not be the first one we cover, it's all about job costing and the reports and how to analyze your business. This actually requires that we do a little work. We've got some things we've got to get done in Service Autopilot before you arrive. There's a few reports and a few changes that we've needed that will need to go live before you get here. But what we're going to talk about is how do you figure out if you're profitable? How do you figure out if any one job or any one customer is profitable? What services that you're performing now provide most of your money, most of your return on investment? Where should you focus most of your effort and time? Who are your profitable crews, techs, employees, teams? Who are the underperformers? And then which marketing sources are providing you most of your referrals, most of your revenue? Though there's more to it than that, but those are some examples of what we're going to go into. It's about analyzing your business and really figuring out strategically where you need to focus, what should you be doing more of, what should you be doing less of, and what should you be focused on for 2015. And then we're going to talk about advanced workflow strategy, best practices, and tricks. So what we've noticed over time is we've built all these cool little features and power user functions into Service Autopilot, but many of our members are not familiar with them. They're not using them. Maybe we put up a video and you didn't have time to watch the video, so you missed out on some things, meaning that you never really realized we put these items in the system. And then on top of that, we've just simply done a poor job as a company on communicating all the new things inside Service Autopilot, and it's an area we're working on. So we want to take this time to really show you some of the cool things in Service Autopilot that can make your job more efficient, that can save you time, that can make life easier for you. And we want to give some best practices that we've learned. What should happen when the phone rings at your company? What should happen if you want to schedule several jobs at one time? There's all these little use cases, and we want to go through some of the best practices from a workflow standpoint and really help make you a power user. We also want to talk about becoming a scheduling master. So at the heart of Service Autopilot, we are a scheduling system. We feel that our charge is to be the very best scheduling system you can possibly buy. That means we have more work to do, but at the end of the day, that is our number one focus as a system. That's where we have to be the best. And so we want to spend some time showing you the new calendar system, the new mapping system. We've got a new version of the dispatch board coming. But more than that, we want to show you how to use the functions and features within the calendar, within the dispatch board to really schedule more efficiently, to work faster. We want to give you ideas and tips and tricks to be much more proficient at the scheduling process. And so we're going to spend quite a bit of time on this and really help make you an expert at scheduling. We're going to talk about the new app. So how could you go paperless with the new mobile app? We've been very quiet about the new mobile app. It's been out for a while, but we have not told all of our members, and that's because we've needed feedback on it. We've needed time to put more functionality into it, to refine it. And so we're ready to really publicly announce the mobile app, and we want to show you exactly how to use it. Again, best practices, show you some of the new things in it, such as signature capture and image capture, and ideas and ways to use this app to sell more and make more money within your business. We're also going to talk about the ideal estimate process from start to finish. So we built this really advanced estimating system, and you could almost argue it's too advanced, but the problem is that we considered what most of our competitors are doing with the basic estimate system versus what we felt was necessary and what our clients were wanting. So we built something pretty advanced. We'd like to spend some time with you to show you how to use it and how to really use it at its full potential. And at its full potential, that means that you're actually knocking out estimates very quickly. We want to show you our concept of how that works. We talk about templates, but more than just showing you how to use the features and functions of the estimate system, we want to spend some time giving you some ideas around best practices. What should that estimate say? What type of wording might you use in your estimate to up your conversion percent? So we want to give you best practices more than just the function of using estimates, but in terms of wording. On day 2, we're going to focus on how can you grow your business and grow your profits. I believe that if you implement Service Autopilot and become a power user, Service Autopilot will save and make you a lot of money. But if you want to make the really big money, if you want to really improve your business, then you have to implement business and marketing procedures in your business in conjunction with using Service Autopilot. And that's where you get the big breakthroughs. That's where you get the multiplier effect. So I'm going to give a talk on day 2 about the 5 keys to maximizing your profit. And it's more than just maximizing your profit today. The market's changing, the economy's changing, the consumer's changing. I try to think strategically. What does the next 3 years look like for us as business owners? What does it look like in 5 years? Where are the areas of leverage that we need to be focusing on? What are the hinges that will swing the big doors inside your business? So we're going to talk about things like density, the geographic area that you serve. We're going to talk about how to accurately price, how to figure out how you should be pricing. We're going to talk about how to move up the food chain in your market. We're going to talk about strategic things such as what services do you offer, what don't you offer, what do you get into, what do you get out of. We're going to talk about where you have leaks in the boat. Where is that? There's all these places within your business where you have this invisible money that's vanishing. And I'll explain that concept. I think it's a very powerful concept. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about how to find that money that you're losing. And we're going to talk about how to start retaining that money within your business to really grow your margins. So we're going to get into some really advanced ideas that will really change your business. Andrew, my brother, Andrew Pototschnik, who is a absolute expert at marketing in the industry, and he's got a diverse set of experience in marketing across different industries. He's going to spend some time with us talking about a review and testimonial system that he has that is really powerful. In fact, we are about to implement it in our business because he is getting such fantastic results from it, and they're better than the results that we were getting on our own. And so I can't overemphasize how important it is that you hear this conversation. This is, as I mentioned in the video above, to me, it carries the same type of importance as being very aware of and practicing and implementing SEO in your company 5-6 years ago, and the advantages that gave you. If you'll now do the same with the reviews and testimonials, you'll gain the advantages that others might have had on you in the coming 5 years. So this is a very important talk that you want to hear. I'm going to do a talk on how to find and hire the very best employees. So I've got a unique perspective on this. I wouldn't describe myself as the absolute expert on this because at my business and in every business I've been involved in, our bottlenecks have all revolved around hiring employees. It continues to be the problem. The labor market is tight. So how do you win the battle for the best people? In a company that I used to be a partner in, we were an 8-figure-a-year company, and we were in the cleaning industry. We were niched in a specific market, And basically, we would sell work in a specific market, let's say New York. We would send somebody to that market. We'd have no employees in that area. And within a week, we would staff up, we'd hire employees, and we'd even put people in business. And then we'd fly out of town. And they would then clean that property for the next 365 days a year, every day of the year. So how in the world did we do that? Well, some of those very same techniques I used in that business will work in yours. We have a lot of ideas around hiring and getting the best people. Doesn't mean it's easy, doesn't mean it's not going to take work, but we're going to talk about this, and we're also going to talk about what the future of labor looks like and things to be doing now and thinking about. We're going to spend some time on direct mail and door hangers. This is a really interesting topic if you are at all strategic or you want to make a lot more money. And here's the reason. You can become very good at web marketing, SEO, pay-per-click, Facebook, all of that. But if you want to really control your company, if you want to get the best clients, your ideal clients, if you want to sell the best services, the ideal services, then you have to go to your market. And that's where direct mail and door hangers come into play. So we're going to spend some time on direct mail and door hangers. And we're going to give you a lot of strategy, tips, ideas to really save you a lot of money and to do it right, and really to avoid a lot of the common mistakes. I'm going to do a conversation, a talk about how to scale your business and overcome the bottlenecks that are coming. So I alluded to the company that I was a partner in the cleaning industry, but I've also gained tremendous experience from Service Autopilot. I believe Service Autopilot's been one of the most challenging businesses that I've ever been part of. I think I have grown and learned a lot in this business and will continue to. But I've also been involved in a number of other companies, one being my lawn care company. And every business that I'm involved in and have been involved in, for the most part, has become a multi-million-dollar company. There's been a few exceptions to that. So along the way, I've been forced to learn a lot of things, and I've been through a lot of challenges. I've bumped up against a lot of walls. I've been through a lot of frustration. So I feel like I've seen a lot. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen a lot. And so I'm going to spend some time explaining what's coming and who you need to be hiring now, things you need to be doing now, what you need to be thinking about. If you have a goal to be a certain size, how in the world do you get there? Because you have to do certain things in advance of getting there to actually get you there. Most companies spend 15 years getting to a couple $1 million, and very, very, very few companies ever exceed $2.5 million, especially maintenance companies. It's a very small number that ever gets past a couple $1 million a year. And the reason is because it takes so long to get there if you don't know what to do, and you're just always hitting bottlenecks. And those bottlenecks will hold you back. And so we're going to talk about how to be prepared for them and break through them and really be able to keep growing at a faster and faster pace. And so this will be a very interesting talk. It's probably the one I'll be most passionate about. And then finally, we're going to spend some time on a referral system. So this is interesting. Andrew and I are going to talk about this one together. This is a strategy that I implemented at my lawn care company with success, and it's a completely different take on referral systems. Historically, I have not liked referral systems. My personality, it just doesn't work for me to say, hey, give me the name and number of 5 of your closest friends so I can bug them and try to sell them something. That doesn't feel right. It feels sleazy to me. I've never liked it. It doesn't resonate with me. We've got an alternative approach. This is one you've not heard. And this strategy, it's easy to do. It's easy to get your people to do. It's highly successful. And interestingly, the exact same strategy for referrals is the strategy that you should consider for door knocking. So if I were starting over today and you took away all of my business, all of my clients, all of my leads, and I had to start over, I would start door knocking. It's the fastest way to grow the business. And let me tell you, I absolutely hate door knocking. There's nothing about it that I like. I can find 5 million other things to do to procrastinate door knocking. However, you can't argue with the success that it can achieve for you in your business if done right. And when I started my first lawn care company, this is how we grew it. I went out and knocked on doors and picked up commercial properties, and it secured $100,000 to $200,000 of our first work. And I hated every moment of it, but it worked. And that's what got the business off the ground, and that's why I'm here today. Now, this referral strategy, interestingly enough, works for door knocking. It's a completely different take on door knocking. It's one that absolutely works, and it's one that you can actually get some people in your business to use that would never knock on someone else's door. This will be a really, really valuable session if you implement the ideas that we share. And then finally, we'll end the day with a Q&A session where Andrew and I will answer your business marketing questions. Basically, you ask a question, we will give you our very best answer. So I hope to see you in Dallas. Like I said, if you can find the time when you get home to implement just a few ideas, then I don't think you have anything to be concerned about in terms of getting your money back on this and making money. In fact, just getting your money back isn't enough. Yes, this will be motivational. Yes, you will see your peers. Yes, you will get excited about your business again. All of that will happen. But if you can find the time to implement a couple things, you'll get all that plus a lot more money. And then I think this will be an event worthwhile, and this then would be an event that I'd like you to come to. So I can't wait to meet you, hang out with you Friday night and Saturday night. It will be exciting, and we'd be very grateful to have you attend our very first Service Autopilot member conference. Thank you.